Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott wave update for ICP. I'm going to get into the micro and talk about what's happening now, but at the moment just showing you off our low, we had a 5-wave move to the upside. Our third wave came past the 1.618 extension of wave 1 off wave 2. We then consolidated between the 236 and the 382 for our fourth wave and came up to the 2.382 for our fifth. After that, we had our 3-wave move to the downside. I mentioned this is the most difficult area to trade in, the B wave, but I do always anticipate in bull markets a running flat rather than a zigzag, which means we make a higher B wave than our 5th wave, which we have done. Also in time, we look for between the 618 and the 1-to-1 extension in time of these 5-wave moves in the future for a potential area for our correction to complete, which we are right in the middle of. So last video, we were looking for this to reject or move one more to the upside, then reject to the 618 or 1-to-1 extension of this A wave off this B wave. Now, we did hit the 618, the minimum requirement, I would say considered to be complete, but it doesn't look right, right? You see this, we want equality in time of these legs as well. So we have to say, is that enough time for this C wave? I would say it is not probable, but it is valid. And sometimes the least probable but valid things happen in crypto. So there's three scenarios I see playing out currently here. Now, the first one is we're in the middle of something complex and our B wave isn't complete, where we make another move up, come to our B zone between $18.50 and $20. That is actually our B wave high. We have to re-pull these pivots, and then we finally get our C wave. We're still in this potential wave. So that's scenario 1. Scenario 2 is we did the improbable thing, and that's all the C wave we got. I've seen it before, unlikely, but it can happen. Now in both those scenarios, we have us moving to the upside, right? So that's one thing to consider. If we come to the downside here, I'd expect this to draw out in time, similar to this one. Get a lot of sideways action, then finally get our spike down. Some sideways, then finally get our spike down. But that's what I'm looking for. So let's dig into this area. I am currently long. Just wanted to make you aware of that. I am currently long. Reason being, this does look like a potential diagonal. So I would expect this. Looks like 5. We might get an ABC, come back, go up for our B wave to complete. If that were the case, we'd target the 1-to-1 extension of this move whenever it finishes. You can see it comes right up into that zone. But I decided to take this long just for the fact that if this does do the improbable thing, and this does end up being a 1 and a 2, I want to make sure I'm at least invested in it. And then in the future, I can make the decision depending on the reaction in this zone. So if we come up and we get rejected hard, we can say, all right, that's not a third wave. I better tighten up my stop and maybe bail out on the retrace up here, right? In profit. If you see something like that, rejection, and you hang on to your trade anyway, it's kind of foolish because you're not adjusting to the new information in the chart, right? Especially if we're anticipating this as an option where a B wave just gets moved up a little bit. Now, nothing says we have to go up there. This could also be something complex, as like a combination correction, ABC, ABC. And this is a wave 1, 2. We're making 3, 4, 5, and coming back to our zone, eating up that time. So I'm okay with risking that at the moment because I have 2 going to the upside, 1 to the downside. Now, if we are going to the upside, what I'd like to see, it's always what we want to happen, is just make some sort of zigzag here, and off we go. More sideways correction here than impulsive to the downside. As you can see, this is a potential 5-wave move. Come back for ABC, and we can get our 3, 4, 5 to complete our C wave. All right, guys, so not the best area to trade. I'm only long for that potential that we get this B wave up, or we do the improbable thing, and that's all we got. There's too much buying pressure, although unprobable. I will say that's unprobable. All right, guys, so that's it for ICP. Looking for this move, or this move, or just go. And we will be able to get probabilities on our side the more price action we get, so we can actually analyze in real time what's happening. Guys, thanks for watching. And by the way, those who think this is bearish, it's not bearish. We're very, very bullish. This is all a wave 1 and 2. We're trying to get into the third wave. Very bullish. All right, guys, that's it for this one. See you on the next one.